who you are just as you are is not only okay, but is extremely important and valuable to the world around you. As delusional as that was, deep down I held that belief. And when I realized that it wasn't going to happen, I felt the ground open up under me emotionally. I fell into depression, a very, very deep spiral of depression, which I didn't even know what it was. All I did was sleep. I would wake up on my days off, on the weekends, and if I didn't have a handful of friends that would say, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing this weekend? Come out with us. I would literally sleep all weekend long. I just didn't have any energy. And I had no idea where, worked out 6 days a week, endeavored to be as conscious of food as I know to do, still love sugar. I'm not giving that up, and caffeine has always been my friend, but nothing out of the ordinary. And waking up with a pressure of anxiety on my chest, that it felt as if I was being pinned down by a gravity blanket, and having to take several breaths and determined to get out of the bed and put one foot in front of the other. So in the event that you face those dark moments, what I don't want you to do is give up on yourself. And what I don't want you to do is to recluse back into the shell that you're in, thinking that it's going to make things go better. Because I did consider that. Maybe I should have just been closeted and lived my life and found a man and just didn't tell anyone until it blew up, and maybe that would have made it easier. It would not have. And that's not going to work well for you either. Don't do that. I don't want you to retreat. What I do want you to do is reach out to a handful of people, the people that you know got your back in those moments, and have them in your corner so that they can know when to reach out to you and let you know, hey, we're here. What are you doing? What are you doing tonight? Let's have coffee. Let's have a conversation. I promise you there is going to be someone there for you, because that's how life works. You may not see him yet because you don't need him yet, because you haven't made the move yet. But when you make the move, I promise you, just believe me if you can't believe it yourself. Just take my word for it for a minute. When I say there will be people around you that will rally themselves up around you and support you and be there for you when you hit those dark moments. And then I was angry. Do you not know how many years I spent in local churches for free, doing anything and everything under the sun that I could do to prove to them that I was worthy enough and qualified enough to be in ministry, when people who were not doing a fourth of the things that I was doing, they weren't a fourth as committed, had maybe a fourth of the interest I did in ministry, but because of the political game that's in every corporation, and anywhere where there's humans, there's politics involved, they were granted access to certain things and platforms and opportunities. And for me to have all of that lost, that's because I say I want to spend my life with a man? Really? So everything that I'd worked for, all the time, all the money, all of the resources, the sacrifices, all the times that I slept in the churches that I was in overnight just so I could be on time to serve for free, to set up events and run events in a myriad of different capacities and tear down the event. All of that is gone like that because I want to spend my life with a man. And you're going to be angry when there are moments where you're going to be angry. You're going to be angry at the responses that you get from the people in your life because you know they should know better. You know that they should know that this doesn't make sense. And you're going to be angry. And you're going to be resentful. And there was a moment where I was even resentful at God for putting me in this situation. Like, you claim that you love me. Do you really? So you put me in an environment like this, and after all of these years of trying to prove to you that I don't want to be this way anyway, you see all of my work, all of my effort, all of my resources in the direction of trying to serve you as best as I know how. And this is where my life has come to. There are going to be moments that you come into where you ask yourself and you say to yourself, you've got to be kidding me. Is this my life right now? To add insult to injury, my decision resulted in a financial freefall that I have not been in years. One financial blow after another. All of my savings hemorrhaged. All of the things that I was working for, all the endeavors, I had no money. And because of the financial free-for-all, I'm the dude that had all of his finances listed out on an Excel spreadsheet every 2 weeks. That's how meticulous I was. I had hit rock bottom financially. I hit rock bottom emotionally. I felt that I was holding on by a thread just to make it through another day, and were in jobs that I hated working with every fiber of my being, and came to a point where I considered driving my car into a bridge abutment to just end it all, because there is no escape out of this situation. That's how bad it got. But here's what I want you to know. As bad as it got, and as bad as it may get for you, what I want you to know is that those times don't last indefinitely. It is a part of the process. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong. It doesn't mean that the decision you've made is wrong. It means that you're en route to something extraordinary and a life that's going to be a magnificent expression and a magnificent picture of your design. That's what you're en route to.